Why is How to Train Your Dragon so beloved? This is a question that I've been asking myself for quite a long time, but understand this, I had never seen the films until this earlier week because of the new film coming out. And with the new film coming out and knowing I had to review it, I needed to see the first two, and I fell in love with them. Some people still have this question is, why is How to Train Your Dragon so beloved? Well, I'm here to tell you why. And don't worry about any spoilers for the third film. I do not want to be giving away spoilers. I will be tackling some of the messages that are into that film, but there will be spoilers for the first two films. So if you haven't seen those films yet, make sure to go check them out. And also make sure, if you guys like this video, to hit that like and subscribe button. Also check out Sandwiched on Films down below, where you guys can get into advanced movie screenings. At the start of this video, we have to start right at the beginning, into the first How to Train Your Dragon, which is all about Hiccup, a young Viking boy who just wants to seek approval from his father. And I think this is one of the most reasons why this series is so beloved, is because Hiccup is one of the most relatable characters I've ever seen in any film. Even though the stories do tackle a boy and a dog story throughout the whole trilogy, that's something that a lot of us can relate to with having different types of animals and pets that we all love, there's some other special things that Hiccup goes through. I think each film tackles each thing that Hiccup has to go through, and that each of us have gone through in a different point of our lives. And I think this series is so special because when the first How to Train Your Dragon came out, a lot of us were children when this first film would come out. And now with the third film coming out, a lot of us are kind of going into that adulthood just like Hiccup is within that third film. Going to the first movie again, we are children when watching this film. Hiccup, he just wants approval from his father in this movie. And if that's not one thing that all of us have gone through, where we wanted approval from someone, say a parent, a family member, a teacher, a mentor of some sorts that we've wanted approval from, because that approval is so special to us. Even understanding this is that maybe even though approval might come through something else, Hiccup, we see through the first film, gets to find and understand that he is different, and embracing those differences maybe will bring other people to embrace it themselves. How many times have we thought that we are different from another person, or from someone else, or maybe from our groups in school where we're like, I'm so different from these people, I don't relate to them, and you kind of want to change yourself to become like them, when in reality you're not like them. We see Hiccup going through this multiple times throughout the first film, where he's diving into himself, he's wanting to become this giant dragon killer, but in a sense, he's not a dragon killer. He had the opportunity to kill his now one of his best friends in the world, Toothless, and he let him go. And the friendship that becomes between one of them grows. Astrid, the lover of his life later down the road, comes into his life down here and discovers this dragon. When he lets her and tries to embrace what he's going on towards her, sooner or later she comes around. And that's something that we don't see, and I think people need to understand that, is it's okay to be different. It's okay to embrace those differences of ourselves, because we want people to understand how different we can be. Because I feel like if we can actually embrace those differences on ourselves, then other people will embrace them too. No matter how young or immature or even mature or older they can be, I think that's something that people do come around to me. I think the first film tackles that so well in a coming-of-age manner that really makes younger kids understand that they can be themselves. They don't have to be other people. They don't have to be what the news outlets wants us to be, with like, be like this celebrity, be like this model, be like this. No, we're trying to be ourselves. We learned that a lot from within Hiccup within this first film. We move on to the second film. This is a film where I think it's that weird, awkward spot of in between adulthood, but also trying to still become a child. And I think a lot of us understand that becoming a child, but also going into an adulthood, we can't forget who we are in that spot. Even in that spot, sometimes we get an ego, and we see that Hiccup gets the ego. He doesn't want to take the thoughts of other people. He wants to get that ego and say, no, I know what I'm doing. But maybe something bad happens along the way. Maybe we take that ego and sometimes it loses something into ourselves. Maybe losing someone in your life. And Hiccup does lose someone in his life. Even though he gained his mother back into his life in the second film, he lost his father in a very dark way, which make this film hard. This film has a lot of emotional elements to it. A lot more than I think the first one did, which made it seem different. The film tackles those elements of coming into adulthood and having to really embrace and growing up fast. And I think a lot of people have gone through this, where they've lost someone in their lives, either a father, a mother, a grandparent, or even a friend. They've lost someone who were so close to them that now they have to grow without them. Within those standards that we have to overcome the worst of any odds. In this film, we see that the villain has the upper hand, but it's up to Hiccup Again, to believe in himself, something that a lot of us have to do. More furthers into more elements of why this trilogy is so beloved is because we are believing in ourselves. And this again goes into the fact that Hiccup is one of the most relatable characters in any film I've ever seen. That anyone can really dive in and say, that is me on this screen. Now as we go into this third and final film, The Hidden World, that has so many great things to it and is a perfect emotional cap to this amazing trilogy, which makes this one of the best animated trilogies, there's more reasons to believe why we are who we are, and to believe why Hiccup is us, and why How to Train Your Dragon is so beloved. Third film, we finally see Hiccup as an adult, someone who's become into his own, who's become the leader of this village, and has to take care of it. In a sense, as adults, sometimes we fall into this. Maybe now you're an adult with a family, and you were a kid when these films come out, but maybe you now have a child of your own who you now get to share this series with. But you see yourself still within Hiccup within the third film. You're having to protect your kind. You're having to protect your people. Hiccup sees these struggles of what is there to do? Do we move? Do we go towards the fight? Do we do this? Do we do that? Hiccup has many different struggles throughout the third film that, again, I do not want to spoil or go into, but when you see the film, you'll understand that sometimes we have to delve into those. I think one of the things that we always forget is when we are a leader of something that we forget to ask others for their opinions and ask others for their help. We always think that the world and the struggles fall on our shoulders, but they're not. Maybe friendship is one of the most important things of this. Becoming friends with your family, staying friends with your family, and also bringing your friends into your family and bringing them and embracing them within yourselves. Again, going back to the sense of believing in yourself, because that's something that a lot of us fall flat on and not doing. You don't just have to make choices, but you have to make choices to think about others as well, and how it may affect them. Since in the third film, we see this with all of his village people again, and even with Toothless in the new Light Fury, and the relationship that entangles with them. Hiccup has so many great decisions to make for what not just won't be good for him, but what will be best for his best friend Toothless and the others in the village. I don't know about you guys, but for me, those are some sequences that I've gone through. Maybe not a series where I've had to protect a whole village by myself, but there are moments in life where we have gone through and said, hey, we have to take this into my perspective. I understand this is better for you. You go and do what you have to, and you embrace these different avenues. Again, is something that Hiccup has done so well. I think that is why How to Train Your Dragon is so beloved. It is one of the most beloved series going about now, and it's one of the best trilogies of animation ever time. Trilogy is something special that easily one of the best that has ever been created, and something that I think, again, is beloved. And I understand now why it is so beloved. Within a week's span of watching both the first two films back to back again, because I fell in love with them so much, and then going into the third one and falling in love with that film, doesn't just establish itself as being one of the best trilogies ever made, but establishes itself as being one of the most beloved trilogies ever made. It's a film series that I think most people have never really given a chance to. I think some people have, don't get me wrong, but maybe there are more people like me out there who never experienced this series before and are just wondering, why is this series so beloved? I hope this changed your mind. I hope this makes you want to go check out why these are so beloved, and maybe puts a different twist into your mind. Remember that we are all Hiccup. Hiccup, again, is one of the most relatable characters, and I think, again, that really dives into why this series is so special, why it's so beloved, and why so many people love it. It's because in ourselves, we are Hiccup. We've all seen ourselves within him in some sort of way. No matter if it's with family, or having to believe in ourselves, or feeling like an outcast, and not embracing our differences, not embracing what makes us unique and what makes us different to the world. So unique to that fact. And I love that the writers, the directors, the actors, everyone encaptured that into this film. Maybe that's not what they were going for, but for me, that's what I learned, and that is why I think How to Train Your Dragon is so beloved. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you guys agree with me? Do you not? Do you think there are other reasons that I missed on why How to Train Your Dragon is so beloved? Yes, I know it's a great series, but I really think this is why so many people are encaptured with this character, with this unlikely hero in a sense, because in a sense, we're all unlikely heroes. I'll make sure to catch you guys soon. Look out for more videos like this down the road, and make sure to look out for more movie reviews, any sort of geeky content on this channel. Thank you guys again so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay classy.